Hey everyone, are you ready for a fun little story? Today we're going on an adventure with words. Our story is called One and Many, a grammar story. So, our story begins in a really lovely, quiet neighborhood called Shantinagar. And right there, in a big green garden, lives a very curious little bunny with big floppy ears. His name is Banu, and he just loves watching everything that goes on around him. At the beginning of our story, Banu's garden is very, very quiet. And this is where we're going to learn all about the world of one. Let's see what Banu sees, shall we? Peeking out from behind a big leafy bush, Banu spots one boy. His name is Rohan. And what's Rohan playing with? Yep, that's right, it's one toy car. See? One boy and one car. Everything is just one.
And you know what? We have a special grammar name for this. When we're talking about just one person, like Rohan, or one thing, like his car, we call it a singular noun. It's easy to remember because singular sounds like single, which just means one. Simple, right?
But wait, hang on a minute. What's that sound? I think Banu's quiet garden is about to get a whole lot more exciting. The party is starting, and we're about to jump into the world of many. Wow, look at that. Rohan's friends are here for a party. Banu's eyes grow wide as more and more children run into the garden, laughing and playing. It's not just one boy anymore. Now there are many boys and lots of girls, all ready to have fun. That quiet garden is now full of happy noises. So let's look really closely at how our word changed. Before, when it was just Rohan, we said one boy. But now that all his friends are here, we say boys. All we did was add a little s at the end. That one tiny letter tells us there's more than one. And yep, you guessed it, we have another special grammar name to learn. When we talk about more than one person or thing, we use a plural noun. Plural is just a fancy word for more than one. You know, like when one flower in the garden becomes a whole bunch of beautiful flowers? Okay, so how do we actually turn a one word into a many word? Well, it's not always as simple as just adding an S. There are some special, almost magical spelling rules that help us out. Let's check them out. All right, let's look at these magic rules. Rule number 1 is the easiest one. For most words, like toy, you just pop an S on the end to make toys. Easy peasy. Now, for rule number 2, if a word ends with a sound like S, X, or ch, like the word box, we add es to make boxes. For rule 3, if a word ends in y, like the party they're having, we change that y to ies to make parties. And finally, for our last rule, for some words that end in f or fe, like the knife they'll use for the cake, it changes to ves to become knives. Now, just like in any game, there are always some players who don't quite follow the rules. And in grammar, we have some very special words that are total rule breakers. These words don't just add an S or ES. Nope, they decide to change in their own completely different way. They can be a little bit tricky, for sure, but they're also what makes our language so interesting. Let's meet some of them. Check out these rule breakers. One man becomes many men. One woman turns into many women. A child has 1 foot, but when they're running around, we see their 2 feet. And if Banu saw one tiny mouse, he might later see a whole family of mice scurrying around. See how they change their letters on the inside? How cool is that? Okay, you ready for the absolute trickiest words of all? Believe it or not, some words are so special, they don't change at all. Whether you have one of them or 100, the word stays exactly the same. Let's see how this works. So, if Banu saw one fluffy sheep in a field and then a whole group came along, he would still call them many sheep. It's the same for fish and deer. The word doesn't change one bit. These are special ones you just have to remember.
And for our very last grammar trick, some words are just always plural. This is usually because they come in pairs. Think about the trousers Rohan is wearing. It has 2 legs, right? So you can't have just one trouser. We always say trousers. It's the same thing for glasses or scissors. They're always a many word.
So, we've had a lot of fun at this party in Banu's garden, but you might be wondering, why is this so important? Well, knowing this helps us talk about our own world much more clearly, from what's happening in a garden to what's inside your own school bag. Our little bunny friend Banu has been watching this whole time, and now he gets it. He understands that when he sees one flower, he thinks flower. But when he sees a whole patch of them, he thinks flowers. We change our words to match what we see in the world around us. So if you only remember one thing from our story today, please let it be this super simple secret. Singular means one, and plural means more than one. That's it. That's the most important part of our whole grammar adventure. And now I've got a fun little challenge just for you. Take a look around the room you're in right now. Go on, look. How many plural things can you spot? Do you see a shelf with many books? Or maybe a box filled with colorful crayons? Perhaps you have a basket full of your favorite toys? See? Plural words are absolutely everywhere. How fun finding them.